Um,
I'll not spell sheet for.
the sky seems a little clearer.
Hmm.
Are you doing this the next day, I imagine?
Yeah.
Yes.
After you've done all this shopping and whatnot?
Yeah, just some other things then, but continue.
Alright. Sky seems clear. Everything outside of the volcano seems relatively normal, except there seems to be a new fissure has opened up on the side.
Interesting.
Does it seem normal?
Does it seem like natural, like it would just happen, or like somebody would have forced it?
Well, make a nature check. Looks
to me.
natural.
Is the corpse still there?
The dragon corpse is still there.
No, the other one, the giant.
Oh yeah, the giant's corpse is still there.
Should we like bury it?
Does it match like the descriptions in the books of a fire giant?
It does. In
Huh.
fact, Illianor, you were around when fire giants were still around.
Yeah. That's definitely a fire giant.
Hmm.
They haven't been seen in what, like a few hundred years?
Yeah.
Definitely a couple hundred.
Should I poke it? Just poking it.
Knock yourself out.
It looks natural. It looks pretty completely.
It's real? Yes, it's real. Poke, poke, poke.
Hey Vernon, do you want to like pass off this hat, sneaking cat thing?
I don't know.
Like,
How large is the fissure?
Done.
not technically.
20 feet, if not a little bit more.
Like wide?
Tall. It's about
How-
15 feet wide.
I'm gonna walk up to it next to Vernon and just like hold my ear up to it and see if I hear anything like weird coming through.
Probably like
It feels really hot.
Hmm.
Are they supposed to stay hot after they die?
Are we talking about the fissure?
Hmm.
Yeah, this fissure seems to be like hot.
Oh, I
And not just like inside of a volcano hot. Like,
Ooh.
Is it reminiscent of the constant warmth I feel from my pauldrons due to them having fire giant strength, essentially?
similar, but almost like it's even hotter.
Hmm.
Like it's forge fire hot.
Yeah.
Is this,
Do we want to fly?
is this a portal to the plane of fire?
Okay, I wouldn't say forge fire hot, but like if you're standing nearby a forge hot.
I would like, going off of Aera's thought though, yeah, I definitely want to study this for a bit and see if it is a portal to the elemental plane of fire.
All right, those exist.
All right. Make an Arcana.
Alright. Bam.
All right, so you sit and you study for a while, and you do some stuff. You do a couple rituals, draw some sketches and things like that. You read through some of your notes and books. This is a portal.
Should I hit it?
This is a portal.
So don't hit it.
Yeah,
Can I
don't.
close it if I make the mountain fall on top of it?
No. Maybe.
Sure.
You would have to try to pass through it to better understand exactly how it works.
Hmm.
but you're getting the feeling that it's not exactly a portal to the plane of fire.
Hmm.
No, you said they left a while
Yeah.
ago. Were they killed, or did they just leave? Or they
Records
disappear, I
are
should say.
muddled. I know the dwarves were hunting them, and I suppose they would have at least recorded that they had killed them all, in quotes, but there's no definable proof that that is the true case. It could have been like sort of what happened with Aera's people, where they just simply left. We know that migrations like that apparently do happen, so that's not without the realm of possibility. But yeah, I have no clue where this goes.
Do I
Does
have
it?
a guess?
You can also make an Arcana.
I was gonna say, is there any way that Throkk could like have any semblance of an idea if it's stable?
It's been a good day for Arranis.
Yes, it has. So
Arranis, does it seem stable?
it does seem stable to some degree.
Where's this going?
It doesn't lead directly to the plane of fire.
So a demi-plane, or are we...
Think of it like this. It essentially
Okay.
uses the plane of fire. It passes through the plane of fire, but the plane of fire is not the ultimate destination.
So it uses the plane of fire as a transient plane?
Yes.
Okay.
That doesn't make sense to me.
To put it in our world's terms, is it like how they try to ricochet satellites around the moon in order to make it launch into deep space quicker?
Not quite. It's kind of like using a bridge to get from one place to
Oh,
Oh my god, this
So-
is,
so
this
like-
is an alternate plane.
so like how the river Styx in the book says it goes through the nine hells and the abyss. Okay.
So does this take us to the... Do I think that this would take us to one of those alternate worlds?
You get the inkling that yes, this would take you to one of those alternate worlds.
Ooh.
I don't want to explore this right now.
I need to have a talk with someone if this is going to be happening. This is going to be happening, but I need to have a talk with someone.
Do you think this is where the fire giant came from?
Probably.
That someone on the other side told the guy to come through here and clean it up.
We need guards here.
Yeah.
I'm of the belief that we need to deal with the problems here before we go and solve problems there.
Yeah. We still want to try and go lich to take care of.
Now we've killed dragons, but how do you re-kill a dead dragon?
That'll be something else I'm going to do research in.
My strategy involves a lot of hitting it. Things.
Would it be within the realm of reason for Illianor to know anything about lichdom?
It is possible. I mean, you've studied lots and lots of different magical things. It's entirely possible that if you don't already have access to it, you have a knowledge of someone who would know.
Okay.
Too bad it was the clockwork gnome and we disintegrated him.
Ah,
Well, I'm just trying to see like how he would input on this. Like he would say something along the lines of, "So what? The dragon became a lich,
Whatever that is.
undead being of immense power."
I'm gonna say yes.
sure. That. Yes.
Interesting. Well, my understanding is that they would have something that's called a phylactery. I'm not entirely sure what that is.
The what now?
A phylactery.
Tic Tac, you're wearing that hat. You can say that back perfectly, right?
Phylactery.
So I
Speak-
feel like,
yeah,
I
it
feel like
works.
it's on the tip of my tongue. Like I just forgot it in the last 24 hours.
Do you want to like? Do you want to?
And that's about the extent of your knowledge. You know that liches have phylacteries, and that's about it.
Yeah.
I'm gonna see if Throkk can like make some kind of guess with his brain.
Yep.
Nope.
Nothing.
Let's see what
Nope.
Vernon does.
Damn. I was gonna see if Throkk could compare that to when we killed broke the Red Queen's coffin.
I mean, is it similar to like when we broke the Red Queen's coffin?
Yeah, kind of.
Kind of.
Yeah, a little bit.
Similar.
But we have to brick it.
Something that we need to destroy before we try to kill the dragon.
So we destroy its Philharmonic, and then we.
That sounds like a bigger headache than, just walking through this thing.
Destroying an entire Philharmonic. That's a lot.
Do we want to seal this portal?
But don't we need to go to the other places?
Someone
don't know
mentioned
how many-
something about a beach that could take us there?
Maybe. I don't know if it can.
Into the depths, though, and it might.
Plus, I'd rather not miss another year of my kids' lives.
Yeah. I don't think
That's what happened when we went down there last
On
time.
the other side, so.
So, like, I know that we were talking about posting guards here. Should we build a flying castle here?
Well, the thing with the flying castle is that that's going to be our base of operations and that we bring it with us to the other places.
Yeah, so we could just like fly it through right here.
But we could fly it here.
There's that, and also that is way too small to fit the, to fit it.
I have an inkling. It's not going to stay this small.
Can
Yeah,
Can Illianor and I verify
yeah, I was about-
verify the inkling?
It's just a hunch.
yeah.
You two can discuss it and make an Arcana with one of you makes an Arcana with.
Okay.
advantage.
Go for
I
it.
have a plus 14.
Yeah, I've only got a plus 10 because I don't have cheaty bard stuff with expertise.
I don't know what you're talking about, cheating hard stuff. I'd also like to, do the thing. Wow.
6. That's
No,
not
26 though.
None of the rest is done jerking off over there.
All right.
all this magical theory is giving me a raging brainer.
Sorry.
The two of you sit down and discuss it, and given everything that's going on, given where the ley lines are, like you guys sit for a good couple hours and talk magic theory, and eventually you come to the conclusion that at this rate, so long as nothing big tries to come through it, it should stay relatively the same size for now.
Okay.
While they're having this discussion, can I try to find a quiet place outside to reach out to Tritharion?
Yes, you can try.
That's just a straight wisdom, right?
Yep.
Ah!
It's
All
close.
this nerd talk has got you thinking about numbers, and it hurts your brain.
Yeah. This is a conversation that Throkk feels that he needs to have, so he's going to try each day.
All right.
After helping with construction.
Okay. So, as I was saying with the portal, there are sigils and runes that can be placed on it to essentially leech off any excess magic and keep it at a consistent size for right now. But that will require about a week and about 500 gold pieces worth of materials. Like it's basically like special paints and inks that have special reagents and powdered diamonds and other materials mixed into the reagents and mixed into the paint.
I haven't chipped in for the thing, flying thing. So here, Throkk will, if we end up going through with this plan, Throkk will cover the 500.
Vernon just clasps at his coin purse like, oh, no.
So I take it Arranis and Illianor are probably having a nice side conversation.
Yes, but really, if the numbers stay low, it should be fine. It might even get smaller.
True. But who's to say that they won't just send an army to invade? We don't know. We don't know what's on the other side of this.
All the more reason to build a little castle-y thingy-majiggy here. And we can be here to defend it.
If we did build it here, the problem is that we have to deal with the fact that getting resources here is going to be much more expensive. It might actually be cheaper to build it in River's Keep and then fly it to Coronin.
Well, if all goes according to plan, we could... I don't know how fast we'll be flying, though. There's definitely be some teleportation involved with it.
You think we can make a castle that can teleport within the same plane?
Yes. I mean, we can do that.
No, we bloody can't. Nobody's done that.
We just teleported from Coronin to here.
I'm not talking about us. I'm talking about a fuck-off castle.
Could we make like a really big teleportation circle?
Don't worry, I'm working on it.
Sacrifice an entire country, and we make a circle.
All these squares make a circle.
I was just thinking that too.
All these squares make a circle.
All these squares make a circle. What's wrong with him? He dropped an entire gallon of acid. He just drank it out of a milk jug. I don't know where he got it all. Kami, I need you to do me a favor. Tell me I can leave the lookout whenever I want.
You can leave the lookout whenever
Bitch,
you
don't
want.
tell me what to do!
Well, I mean, he's going to transcend the planes, so I don't see why it wouldn't be able to shorten spatial distances like that.
Because it's a completely different type of travel.
No. See, we move it from the Prime into the Ethereal and then back to the Prime in a different location.
Yeah, that's not guaranteed to work. We could end up under the fucking ocean.
Stop being boring. Ah.
I'm making an orrery.
You could find out... Vernon, you could have joined this conversation too if you had the fucking hat.
That's why I got rid of the hat, so I don't have to listen to these conversations. Ah.
So you're making a castle that can go from pocket to pocket, but it can't be inside the same pocket?
Essentially, yes.
How is that useful to us right now?
Yes. But it can fly.
Why can't we just build it here? We need people to look after this crack in reality here.
The only issue I would have with that is that we'd be under constant threat of being attacked.
Well, we're under constant threat of kicking some fucking ass.
I feel like we are the best hope that Coronin has right now of staying reasonably safe.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, how far off the coast of Coronin is this island?
Did you just kill an ancient red dragon?
Ways off.
And in the meantime, we could have a volcano lair.
I don't want to just trust some random Joes from no offense, Seven, from Seven's Kingdom. When we
What about Seven's two friends there? The one that was training under your master and the one that went with him.
Man,
They seem capable.
Can I throw out, like, just
Sure.
a logistics thought? If something goes wrong, they can, I don't know, message us?
Seven does have my beeper. I mean, setting stone.
And then we can teleport here.
Oh no, sorry, we used all my teleports today trying to figure out how to get our castle to teleport over to you.
I'm the only one that needs to do that. Arranis can be the chauffeur. Is that the word that you use to get us there?
I don't know, it just seems like it's really logistically complicated. We were talking all of this time about,
Okay,
place to put
so-
this, we can connect between realms, and there's a craft between realms right here, and we're like, oh no, we can't build it here, it's too dangerous! Like, how worried are we about danger at this point?
Aera, I would like you to explain to me how you plan to build a castle in the desert.
You pay people to import things.
I thought he was
On an
gonna
island.
make one with magic.
Magic.
I thought he was making a magic castle.
That's the first layer of it. Arranis wants more room, so he's going to create
Why?
expansions on it.
Why?
All that.
So we don't
Why?
die.
I will be down.
There's enough.
something like
We explained it easily enough for me to understand. Why do we need more room? There's 5 of us.
Mm-hmm.
we just need like a 15 by 15 box.
I'm good with a.
I mean, I would like something a little bit bigger than that.
I'd be good with a bucket that could go from one plane to the other, one pocket to the other.
We already have a freaking portable fortress. You've got it, and you were gonna drop it on top of freaking enemies.
Oh yeah, but I can't do
shot
that.
that thing.
Oh yeah, I do have a portable fortress.
It's
Uh,
already
Don't you?
I do. There it is.
Can you throw that up in chat? It's what, Dwarmy's instant summons or
No, it's
instant
no, that's
fortress
a
or
spell.
something?
It's the intro. It's
Instant
the fortress.
Instant fortress. I think. Oh, where is it?
Let's see. Instant death. Yeah, no, instant fortress. Here we go. Fortress is a square tower 20 foot on a side and 30 foot high.
With arrow slits, all sides, and a battlement on top of it.
That's at least enough to
Exterior
add
is
to your
divided into
magic
2
castle.
floors, the ladder running along one wall. Yeah, it's just it makes like a little 20 by 20
Oh,
by
here it
30
is.
tower. It's made of adamantine. It doesn't tip over. All of the walls
Its
have
command
hit
word is
points.
ding dong.
Crushes everyone. Throkk picks it up and throws it.
Ah,
It's a really nice boat.
Fucking ship vessel. Oh my god.
Ship vessel.
Oh god. That poor man's shop.
That man in his shop will never be the same.
My cabbages.
My shields.
Interesting.
Let's start with I need to know more. I don't know enough about the situation to be able to make a judgment call safely.
I feel like we can just, get our stuff in 3 weeks' time,
What's up?
and we can be like, hey, we found a way to go do that thing that we were told that we need to go do, so we're gonna go do it, and then we go in.
I mean, if we really want to, we could give me a long rest, and I could go into the portal. I have plane shift, so I can get back here if things go wrong.
How many people can you take with you?
With plane shift, I'll throw up the spell card. Why not? Ah,
Spell cards. Spell
Even up
cards
to 8.
everywhere.
You and up to 8 willing creatures who link hands in a circle.
oh yeah.
If he has this, why have we been talking about making a fort that lasts forever if you can make a building pop up with a spell?
Rule 0, that's why.
Thork's a kind of badass.
Because I just spent 40,000 gold on components to make it happen.
But you didn't have to. You were doing that preemptively.
We can always hire somebody to make it in the meantime while we do some of our stuff and come back to it later.
Of course.
I do firmly believe that before we go in here into any depth, we should take care of the problem in Embers first.
Yes.
So, the question of why haven't we gone in there, get in there, or why don't we go in there now is because if we accidentally wake something up, we now have 2 bad problems.
Yeah.
But if we wake it up and kill it, then we still only have 1 problem. Versus if we killed this thing, hang on. Still gonna be 4 other big problems if we take out Emberus. We just don't know where they are.
I feel responsible for the situation in Emberus somewhat. That Mummy Lord is our doing.
Can we make a pit stop at the pyramid to see if there's anything left?
I don't think we can. We can try.
At the very least, we have to go to Monthriarch. Check in with Zed.
So
he said he'd help.
We also need to know how to take care of the phylactery part of a lich.
And well, if I can focus enough, maybe I have a question for Tritherian. Maybe he can answer this one.
We can try. Let's compromise for the time being. We'll not go on our shopping trip until we get our stuff. We'll see what we can uncover here. If not, Illianor and I will scour the libraries of Rielden and River's Keep to see what we can find in terms of taking care of a phylactery. I'm sure this has come up before.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Almost definitely.
Phylactery. Phylactery.
Let's see if we can take care of the Philharmonic.
No, philodendron.
Sorry, I'm this close to getting it. Okay, phylactery.
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 You're trying to mess me up, aren't you?
No,
Phil's lactose intolerance.
he's trying to mess you up.
Who's Phil?
Dr. Phylactery?
MDDDS.
Hypersonic time chamber.
The hypersonic mind chamber. Oh, you did that one on purpose.
Well, what does that mean? What do they do?
Well, we got to find out what those do. That's why they're going to do books and stuff. I'm going to go do construction for the next 3 weeks and try to talk to reach out to Tritherian to ask my questions. Damn it.
All right.
What am I doing this time?
Do you want to help them research?
I'll help them research.
I could take back my
You
hat
found the
and research.
Oh, yeah.
I know stuff about magic
Oh,
things.
God. That.
All right.
So the 4 of us are going to spend some time in the library.
So I unattune from my
Cloak.
No, hold on. Let me look. I've got a couple items that I can be attuned to.
Aaron
Okay.
goes to take a
I
nap.
figure we'll probably be safe while we're doing that. I'm going to unattune from the Rod of Resurrection.
Aaron goes to take a nap.
Can you even use the Rod of Resurrection?
Can I not?
I thought it was only paladins and clerics that can use the Rod of Resurrection.
Is
That
it?
was my understanding as well.
Give me the hat, then
Yeah.
keep the hat.
Oh, I just had it here. So the Rod of Resurrection would have gone to Matt.
Yeah, you could use it as an heirloom.
Sure. Okay. Then I don't have that. Then I don't need to be doing this juggly thing.
Cleric, druid, or paladin?
Cleric, druid, or paladin.
Cleric, druid, or paladin.
I just
No,
did the heal
Even
thing.
a celestial warlock doesn't count. Okay.
Oh my god!
So you have to get out of it left.
The
You've
next day doesn't work.
You
I have
have
to-
20 more rolls of that, assuming 7-day work.
Everyone was researching. For
I'm
each
not
week,
researching.
For each week that you research,
hmm
Spend. Oh, give me a second. Okay.
Oh, this is going to involve money. I don't have money.
I was gonna say this isn't gonna involve money. 50 gold pieces per
week.
Per week.
All right. I'll give the kids their allowance. 'Cause they spent it on goodies.
I will use the teleportation circle during that time to get our ex-family back to where they need to be.
If you want to spend more, you can spend 100 gold pieces. And you can spend up to 600 gold. Each 100 gold gets you another +1 on this.
I will pass.
Yeah, I think just the total of 150 for the weeks is fine.
Okay.
Throkk will front it. He's gonna give Grace, because he came into money, give Grace 1,000 for expenses back in River's Keep, and he's gonna stay here, help out, and try to talk with Tritharion.
We have money.
All right. So, Throkk, do your Tritharion.
Oh my god.
Wow.
Third floor in a row.
3.
Can Aera sit next to him and try to help
Oh
him?
my god.
Or the statistics on
What
this.
is happening here? 4.
That defies a lot.
It defies nothing.
There it is. All right. Let me just quickly mark.
You're not helping. I need silence in nature. I need silence in nature. Are you making note of my 4 4s in a row for wisdom? Jesus.
Taking a fucking screenshot of that. That's amazing.
Making note of the 3 weeks that passed.
Oh, in the calendar.
I'm trying to make sure the calendar's up to date. All right. So on the 6th day of you trying to reach out to Tritharion after a long day, you finally managed to get at least a passing grab at him.
Just to let him know that I have 2 questions important. One important for myself, one important for the fate of our plane. The one that's important for me is, will I feel his presence and his strength when we travel to these other places? Because I'm worried about that. And the other, if he happens to know anything about phylacteries or the best place to find information on them, so I can pass it along to the people who can actually do something with that info.
As for your second question, I have no knowledge of this. As for your first, so long as you continue to break the chains of those bonded and held unjustly, you will always feel my presence.
Well,
Where
it
you are.
seems like we're going to Embers first, so that's definitely going to happen. Okay. Oh man, my tired. Long week. How you doing? Any concerns on a godly level that little old me could help you out with? Gonna take the silence as a no.
No, he seems troubled. You can see it on his face.
Oh,
And he looks out and he waves his hand. And you can see thousands of stars.
oh.
What do you see, my son?
Thousands of stars.
I want to take a look at him to see if I see anything within the stars first.
Okay. Good perception.
Sail until every light is extinguished.
Ah!
Strong child.
You've spent many, many years out underneath the stars. Something seems off about them.
They're either in different spots, or there's not as many as I thought as there used to be.
Very observant. Something moves amongst the stars, blocking out their light.
Ooh.
When it moves, does the light return, or does it take the light with it? From what you've seen.
From what I have seen, it takes the light with it. A dark entity is approaching.
Shit. Well. I do and don't hope that it's Blessic. Because that would mean he's coming. But if it's not Blessic, that means we got another thing coming.
Got another thing coming.
Shit. Alright. Well, I'll bring this to the attention of everyone, the rest of the Sentinels, as well as the King of Railton. He probably knows somebody who studies the stars, and maybe they've noticed something too.
It's a subtle hint. It's a subtle difference. The entity is yet to come. It will be a very long time before the entity reaches us.
Okay. Well, if I'm
These
here,
are far reaches of the astral plane.
the far reaches. Okay.
This is great musical accompaniment to this, by the way.
Well, if I'm still here, I'll take up arms against it. Give him the salute from the Horse Lords and let everything fade away before I go and explain all of that to everyone.
Right, you spaced out there for a second.
How did you find me? Oh my god. Okay. Where's
Look, you were muttering just a little bit.
just a little bit. Okay. Yeah. And I'll
Listen in.
Hmm?
You said something about stars?
yeah, they're up there.
Okay.
This is a conversation for everyone.
Okay.
But,
Okay. Let's go get
but
it.
we have more pressing matters at hand. This is something that can wait a little while, I think.
Okay.
Ooh.
All right.
Okay. So, are we going to talk about it, or are we just going to...
Oh, I thought everyone was doing their research. Okay. So.
I mean, they're all doing research, but I'm...
Yeah, let's do this,
Yeah.
and then we'll do the results of the research.
Okay. So, assuming this is happening after is this conversation happening after research or like after the first week?
First week of research is done.
All right. So I got to talk with Tritherian again. No big deal. But unfortunately, he doesn't know anything about phylacteries. So, I mean, He doesn't have to know everything. But we got another issue on the way out on the horizon there. There's something flying through. What's what do you call it? Not ethereal. The other one. That's kind of
Astral?
yes. There's a big thing flying through the astral plane, eating stars, and it's coming our way.
That's bad. That's really bad.
Yeah.
Could I roll an Arcana to see if I know anything about anything that would do that, or?
You can try.
I like it when you say that.
So I have a related Arcana check I'd like to roll.
Well, fuck me.
Is this different than the other fucking problem we have?
I don't know, because the storm giants made it sound like he was trapped in a like extra sixth pocket that's already falling apart. So, I think this is different.
We just need to.
Unfortunately,
This sounds, in the way it's being described, it does sound like the prison that Blessick has been contained in is continuing to break down, and he's basically reaching out with his powers and trying to anchor onto something that he can then use to rip himself free of the prison.
so if we
Not gonna lie, I
kill-
thought you were gonna say an astral dreadnought, but this is fine too.
Little do we know, he is an astral dreadnought. Yeah, that's what he knows.
Huh.
So, everyone who's doing research,
That's us.
each of you make an intelligence check.
Intelligence, not Arcana?
Not Arcana, just a straight up intelligence check.
Well, fuck. I'm not really good at things when I don't have specializations.
Fully.
All right. Arranis.
No
So,
way.
what specifically are you guys researching?
What a phylactery is and
Yeah.
why.
Yeah, we'll start at the very basics. Like, what is a phylactery?
Very good place to start.
Do they just like eating
Yeah,
food?
you can do 500 different books.
After.
Do you want me to tell you what it is?
I know.
Zach has done
I know exactly
extensive
what it is. I just want to get the wording correct.
Off screen.
Yes.
I've wanted to play a Lich for so long. It's unfair. D&D is unfair.
Yes, it is phylactery.
God, this is fun.
I should go get another drink. I'll be right back.
So, Illianor,
Mhm.
we'll start with you. You know that a phylactery houses the spirit of a slain creature. Arranis, you know that the phylactery takes the shape of a special gemstone.
I know that I had a name named Phil.
You know that if the Dracolich is destroyed and the phylactery is intact, the Dracolich reforms.
When you go after the phylactery first,
Well,
destroy it.
Vernon, if it reforms, does it like have like that, or does it take time?
I don't. I probably don't know that, do I? The 9.
Okay, hold on. Let me rephrase that last part. If the body of the Dracolich is destroyed, the spirit returns to the phylactery.
Mm.
So that's
So
the
does that
result.
mean we could trap it?
That is the result of your first week.
Hmm.
Okay.
All right. Second week, 3 more rolls.
Yes. Oh.
Ooh.
What?
Bam!
Cool.
Oh, Vernon.
Nowhere to go but up. For it.
Vernon, continuing your research into the phylactery, you learn that
Can we give Princess a shot?
if the gem has the spirit in it and it comes into contact with another slain dragon, it then takes over that slain dragon and becomes a new Draco Lich.
Do we just keep it in there?
Gross.
Arranis, you learn if the Draco Lich's spirit gem is taken to another plane, the Draco Lich's spirit has nowhere to go to when its undead body is destroyed and simply passes into the afterlife.
Oh.
Illianor, you have an exceptionally good, and you managed to learn 2 bits about it. First and foremost, you learn that creating a Draco Lich requires the cooperation of a dragon and a group of mages or cultists that can perform the proper ritual. During the ritual, the dragon consumes a toxic brew that slays it instantly, and the attendant spellcasters ensnare the spirit and transfer it to a special gemstone, which you now understand is the phylactery. It's the first thing that you learned. Take from that what you will. The second thing you learned is that the Draco Lich takes on some special resistances when it becomes a Draco Lich.
Mm.
It keeps many of its old resistances, but it gains certain immunities. And what those immunities are, you're not sure, but you know that it gains certain immunities and loses others. Alright, last round.
Come on, Vern.
Research. Go ahead.
No, not bad.
Better.
There we go.
Better.
Hot dog.
Alright, Arranis.
Diggity dog.
Ooh,
Ooh, fuck.
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
did it.
Arranis, you learn 2 things. Illianor, you learn... Hold on.
So it was Vernon 14, Illianor 21, Arranis 24.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Essentially,
All
was
right.
second week.
So, actually, I misread the other one. So, you guys all learned the same thing, but Illianor, you only learned 1 thing. Arranis, you learned 2. So, just switch that. All right. Vernon, you learned 2 things about Draco Liches.
Ooh.
Specifically, you decide to look more into about blue dragons
Yes.
and how the Draco Lich might affect them specifically. You learn that they become resistant to necrosis and that they become completely immune to poison, just as the undead would make them. However, they still retain their immunities to that they would in terms of lightning damage.
So you gotta air blast it.
You also learned that they cannot be affected by things like being charmed, frightened, or paralyzed. Illianor and Arranis, you each gain 3 bits of knowledge.
Ooh.
That's good because I'm trying not to fall asleep at the desk at the moment. I'm at the end of my day.
I was going to say, I think this is where we're going to end it pretty soon. You actually both end up finding some old books on liches in general and what the phylacteries tend to look like. And you're able to piece together that Draco liches, especially something like a blue dragon Draco lich, will more than likely do one of 2 things. Give the gem to a trusted advisor, or bury the gem in the sand somewhere. And give the information about where it's buried to a trusted advisor.
We have to torture a mummy lord.
You also, having pretty much exhausted the knowledge on Draco liches, decide to look more into undead in general, and you learn quite a bit about Empress in basically what this is what comes down to. Empress is actually, there were a lot of battles in that area, so it's possible for a powerful necromancer to be able to pull the bones from deep within the earth and resurrect them.
Yay!
So you're not probably just going to be dealing with regular skeletons and zombies.
These are advanced skeletons. And
I was gonna say, you're going to be looking at a lot of skeletons, not a lot of zombies.
You're not
okay.
dealing with the average skeleton army.
There we go.
Yeah.
I've
You're
got
going to be dealing with a lot of weird things, including possible bone nagas and those sorts of things. So,
Interesting.
No, can I get this naga? Don't.
Boneless.
I don't want fucking bones in it, okay? So you're going to be dealing with a variety of undead. There's also
Hey, buddy.
reports of ancient scrolls talking about something called a bone storm,
A what?
Bones.
which is several spirits. Basically, when you get a mass grave
Oh.
full of bones and dead spirits, and force the spirits to possess the bones, and it becomes a cyclone.
A bone-nado?
Oh, yeah.
Boner dead.
You also your final piece of research is that somewhere buried in Empress there was. So you remember back when you first went to Empress and you found the orb of the sun,
Yes.
and how that temple was eventually buried under the sand?
Yes.
There are a lot of things buried under the sand,
Oh.
including rumors about an ancient city. An ancient magic city,
Magic.
which would serve as an excellent lair for a Draco Lich.
Okay, then we got the location of that layer?
You don't have the location. You know that there is an idea.
Mm.
What's it called?
Narnia.
It's a lot of hints and rumors. You're piecing it together as you're going along. But
Please tell me you didn't beat me to the punch, Jim. Let's see. Ah, okay, no, you didn't.
Ancient City.
Ancient City.
Is the elders foretold?
We have to comb the desert.
You have to go with it. Did you guys find anything? Nothing, sir.
I'm surrounded by assholes.
I love that movie.
Oh, shit.
Alright. So this is gonna be scary. Excited.
So no city name?
I'm getting it.
Okay.
You want everyone's favorite website, Fantasy Name Generators?
FantasyNameGenerators.com.
Sponsored.
Ian's best friend.
And then it gives you names like Pierce Shields.
Look.
So bad.
Detective.
Or with my luck, it's like
Bad.
7 consonants in a row, and then a single I followed by 6 more T's, S's, and Q's. Like,
You do still have to be at least somewhat discerning with the names you pull out of it.
Yeah. I actually wish it gave you more names when it generated a batch.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because the quality of them is not always great. Or at the very least, it should have simple Elvish.
The city is
Yeah,
clearly
like-
Wanahakalugi, obviously.
full circle for Empress's story arc.
Beat it back!
Final boss,
the,
gallery owner.
It is the fabled city of
Able.
Ulham.
Ulham.
Of what origin?
Love me some Ulham.
Sounds good.
The records are kind of muddy on that point.
Empress. It originates in Empress.
But
Well, I'm wondering if it's Dwarvish, if it's Elvish, human.
There's a lot of speculation. Some the scholars kind of split. Half of them believe that it's Elvish. The other half believe that it's Dragon
Yay!
or something similar to that, like Dragonborn or something.
Boo, home advantage. Boo, ref. Boo.
Interesting.
I'd like to motion for us to have this fight in another district.
It's simple. We'll create a harmless demi-plane where we can all fight in.
Yeah, right. So
Yeah.
I think the game plan is that we
You still have no fucking clue where this thing is.
Mm-hmm.
You know that it exists, and that's about as much as you got from this.
So I think the game plan is we need a way to get into the ethereal, which counts as a different plane, right?
I have a way to get into the ethereal.
Hey, there we go. Illianor's got us.
Question.
But okay,
Do we
continue.
know if Erta is
And
still
then-
around?
With that knowledge, we find the phylactery on the first trip to the dungeon, and then plane shift the fuck out. Then we come back again, and we kill the dragon.
Yeah, that should kill it. Based on the research.
Arranis, do you know if Erta is still around?
I think Eris is a pile of rubble.
That's the holy city, but what about Erta?
I have not heard about Irta.
What if we
Also-
cast legend lore on this city?
Erta has a library and it's in Emberus. Maybe they have a little more info.
Also-
Specialized.
Also, legend lore.
We have multiple caches that can do it.
It's the second time that spell will ever be effective in a campaign.
And it's the same campaign.
Also, I have a slightly easier thought. So the Magnificent Mansion counts as another plane of existence for the purposes of spells like Dimension Door.
It does.
Throw it in there and then kill the thing.
Yup.
That is also an option.
He says.
Mike's not happy with that thought.
No, I'm proud of you guys.
It is also something that can be dispelled while we're all in it. So
Oh no. So the plan is that we start fighting the dragon, and I think that it's a one action to cast.
Takes a minute. I'm pretty sure.
Okay, so it takes a minute. So we take it with us right before we go fight the dragon. We will cast the spell.
can the dragon not sense its own phylactery?
I'd rather not find out.
So taking it with us is probably a bad idea then.
I've had better ideas.
I have an idea. It involves us getting 8th level spells so that I could cast Demiplane.
Ooh.
We just keep it on.
So I can just throw it in there and then close the door and the door goes away.
I wonder if we can find somebody to give us a scroll.
Huh.
A scroll.
Anyway, I'm falling asleep. I'm falling asleep sitting up, so I really need to go.
Okay.
Okay, this is where we're going to end it tonight. Everyone gained 500 experience for rolling.
Nice.
On top of Tic-Tac's 5,000. Jesus Christ.
I'm at.
Just-
Any special properties on the loot or the cloak other than the cloak's normal +1 to stuff?
Nothing special for any of that stuff for now.
Hey,
The loot is on fire.
No!
We don't need
Checking
no
something.
water. Let the motherfucker burn. The loot is.
Did you make a death save?
To check, cloak of protection gives me a +1 to death saves.
No,
Stone gives you +1 to death
I
save.
still don't have 100 hit points.
Neither do
Really?
Oh, that sucks.
I ever.
I'm too short.
Oh wait, you have only a 1 con.
Once I hit level 16, I'm putting a point into con and a point into charisma, and then I will gain. My con modifier will go up to 2, and I'll gain so many hit points. It will be amazing.
That I gained 40 at level 20.
I was just looking through feats if there's anything good that I could take that would increase my con score, and there are 2 options: durable and warcaster.
Tough is also an option. It increases your hit points per level.
Yeah, toughness is. But I was looking for something that if I took the feat, I could also increase my con score.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I have
I want that
D12 hit. I have D12 Bardic Inspiration die.
I suppose.
Thanks for the update.
I suppose.
Mm.
I suppose.
What does the loot do, Mike?
It is a war leader's loot.
War leaders loot?
Hold
Oh
on.
boy.
Mm.
I'm trying to think.
Totally taking Mighty Fortress, by the way.
Mm. Oh yeah, for some spell synergy. Hold on, I got a Mystic Arcanum for level 8. So let's see, what do I have available? Of the following, I'm going to check Xanathar's, but of the following: Demiplane, Dominate Monster, Feeble Mind, Glibness, Power Word, Stun.
Yeah, that's pretty much where I'm at too.
Which one should it do?
I don't know. I gotta think on mine.
What you guys are getting?
Oh, what are your options? Sorry.
Demiplane, Dominate Monster. I want to go with Feeble Mind.
Feeble Mind,
Feeble Mind, Glibness, and Power Word Stun. Those are the options I have.
I think Feeble Mind is probably best. This I did. I was just playing around on Hero Forge last night, and I made Aera, so there's that. If anybody wants to print a mini of Aera,
Can you do colors with it? Hero Forge or no?
Shade.
Sorry, what was that, Mike?
It's the War Leader's Loot of Shading.
Of shading? What does
Or
that
of
do?
Shade. So
shade?
you can use an action to amplify your voice so it clearly carries for up to 300 feet. And the bearer suffers no harm in temperatures as high as 120 degrees Fahrenheit.
120?
Yep, 120 degrees Fahrenheit.
neat.
I'll have to check down. I thought it was for other Warlock things, but I kind of want to go with Feeble Mind.
I think that Feeble Mind is a good call.
See, I've got stuff like that.
What?
I've got the same ones. I also have Mind Blank, I think.
Wait, do you have it, or it's an option?
I have as options. I have the same three, and then I also have Mind Blank.
You get Mind Blank?
Ooh, hide us from detection.
Or
No.
You.
Mind Blank works on me.
Yeah, that's the one.
Oh.
Or one person, sorry.
I could get-
Yeah, Mind Blank is
Mind Blank.
fucking awesome.
Abby Dazam's Horrid Wilting.
I also have Dominate Monster.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I will let all of you figure out what your various spells will be. Have
Feeble Mind, so that at least somebody in the party has it.
I don't want that spell in my arsenal. I couldn't do that to somebody else.
I could.
So could I totally. But if you want to take it, I'm definitely taking the Fortress. I don't know what else I'm taking yet, though.
I just get one spell, so.
I get to rage as long as I want.
Waver.
That's my secret.
No.
I'm always raging.
With casting Feeble Mind on something.
all right. Have a good night, everyone.
See ya.
I may need to pick an invocation.
So, my plan